Hey guys, how's it going? Today's daily challenge was called Dust, and you have to beat rounds 25 through 65 on Death Valley on easy. Surprisingly, it wasn't so easy, but there's no black, zebra, or lead balloons, and all those balloons turn into rainbows. And the worst thing about that is you can't just use something like glue, which can pretty much pop the rainbows or help out a bunch. They limit your tower selection by a lot. So yes, I honestly think this daily challenge was pretty difficult. I wouldn't say really hard, but I think it was on the verge of being very difficult. I did beat it on my second try, but I think I was kind of lucky killing some of the balloons just in time, and you'll see that in my strategy. Well, let's go over the basic strategy really fast. I'm really not going to go over too much for you guys other than the strategy. I think I'm just going to talk about that for as long as possible. You can only use 8 towers, or well, 7 towers and pineapple bombs, and they don't even let you use road spikes. And if they let you use road spikes, it'd probably be a lot easier versus the Moabs. And that's one of the main problems with this challenge, is that it's really kind of hard to beat the Moabs. I mean, you get Moab Maulers kind of cheap, which does help, but you have to kind of put them in the middle, and then they don't really shoot exactly what you want to at the exact right time, so you have to get a lot of them just to be safe. And that's what I had to do. I had to get like 10 Moab Maulers or something like that by the end of the game. Well, let's start the basic strategy right now. I did start off with 2 boomerang monkeys, and I think those boomerang monkeys helped a bunch. They had a lot of popping power, especially that one on the bottom right there. I don't really know if that's the best placement for him, but I think he did pretty darn good there, so if you guys want to keep him there, that's totally fine. If you want to put him more towards the bottom, you could do that as well, but I think he was better right in that spot because it also helped if some of the balloons from the top leaked, so I just put him there on the bottom. I left them both on first, at least for now, and then I switched them over to strong a little bit later once there was a bunch of ceramics coming and stuff like that. At least a couple of them too strong. I left some of them on first just to get those balloons that are going to run by. Anyways, after that I just got a couple spike factories for the balloons that would leak by, and there's really some levels are completely easy and completely the same, but then some levels are kind of hard. For example, 28, 30, 31, 30, and then I think you get a break until like level 37 or 38, and then they get a little bit difficult again. And I kind of just raped quite a bit of boomerang monkeys in the beginning, and then after that I got a couple extra towers. Like I got the monkey wizards going, and I got a couple cannons, and I especially got a bunch of cannons or Moab Maulers for level 46. I recommend getting at least 4 for level 46. I also got a couple ninja monkeys, and I got those ninja monkeys more for the Moabs, but they also helped with the camo balloons. And camo, surprisingly, even though you do have those spike factories, they can just kind of run right through your defenses sometimes, especially in that really short path, because obviously the targeting's a little bit messed up, where they want to shoot the first, which aren't really first, but they kind of are first, even though they aren't. Which doesn't make much sense, but that's kind of how the targeting is. It doesn't really make much sense. And you want to probably put those guys on strong because they do help with Moabs quite a bit, and they do help versus the ceramics. Now, boomerangs aren't fantastic versus ceramics. They're pretty good versus ceramics. Obviously, you'd rather have a ninja monkey just shoot one of its shots and have the ceramics basically pop. That's obviously a good thing. And they can go through quite a couple ceramics and like pop them almost all the way. So that's why the ninja monkeys are pretty good. Also, they can send them back towards the beginning, so that's why I got them as well. And then after that, I pretty much just went almost full cannon. I went just mixing Moab Maulers and quite a few cannons in the back there. And then level 63 was actually quite difficult, surprisingly. I thought I was going to have no problem with level 63 with all my cannons, but they actually almost got to the very end. I actually got kind of scared, and I actually built an extra cannon on the bottom there. And even though I put 2 of my 4 2 cannons on the top there, it actually didn't matter. They were shooting the bottom just as easy as the top, and they would usually shoot the bottom first just because the balloons came in first from the bottom or got far enough where the cannons could actually shoot them on the bottom. So keep that in mind. I'd prefer to keep them on the top than the bottom because the ones on the bottom usually don't target the ones on the top well enough. And if you put the cannons on close, they actually have a better targeting ability than putting them on first. If you put them on first, at least what I'm talking about is the 4 2 cannons or the 3 2 cannons, put most of them on close because it'll actually pretty much help with your popping power. They won't miss, first of all, and second of all, your it's just a better targeting tactic for the cannons. I mean, just gonna kind of have to trust me. You can test it out if you want, but I prefer to leave them on close for this map. Almost all my cannons in the back over here. And then, I mean, 64 can be a little bit difficult too. Make sure you have enough Moab Maulers, and also all your Moab Maulers should not be 0-3. They should be 2-3. That's definitely going to help out versus a lot of the Moabs. So keep that in mind as well. I think that's really all I need to talk about for this strategy. Oh yeah, and level 59. Okay, yeah. I messed up on level 59. I totally thought there was going to be camo leads, and there wasn't camo leads. There's a bunch of camo rainbows. And when you have camo rainbows all coming on level 59 all at once, you better make sure you have enough ninjas or enough camo popping power. And I was prepared for a camo lead rush, and I definitely wasn't ready for camo rainbows. That's a lot more balloons. So make sure you're more prepared than me. Instead of spamming a bunch of pineapples and losing lives on level 59, you might want to just, if you need to, sell one of your cannons or sell one of your boomerangs or something and get an extra ninja or get an extra wizard with camo detection. So it's really one of the only real big problems you're going to have. Also on level 61, be a little bit careful with the regeneration balloons. If you don't have enough cannons, or if you target wrong with your cannons, the regeneration guys are going to kind of pile up, and they might actually get through your defenses. Even though you have cannons and stuff like that, all these cannons, they could possibly get through your defenses. And then for level 63, also make sure you probably should have some 3-0 boomerangs. And now these aren't necessary for the strategy. I mean, you could go with a couple other random towers, like more cannons or something like that, but I think the 3-0 boomerangs were definitely helpful for this. I hope my explanation of the daily challenge was pretty good, because I know this was kind of tough, and if some of you guys are having problems, you would want to understand the daily challenge completely. That's really all I have to talk about. If you guys have any suggestions for anything you want me to show you, or anything you really want me to do, I mean, just let me know, and I'll try and keep that in mind, do my best to do that for you guys. Community challenge is still open, and there's only one video up right now, so if you guys want to win or do good on the community challenge, please post that video and you might be the champion this week. Thanks for watching, and have a really nice day.